Hello everyone, my name is Barnabas Veselovsky and today we will be going over the cutting the clutter assignment. In business, we want to get straight to the point. Using words and phrases and sentences is unnecessary and it'll only bore the reader. So today we will be going over in ways that we can improve our business communication. The first rule that we're going to be going over is do not draw excessive attention to the writer. Using phrases such as I saw, I spotted, I noticed is unnecessary in sentences because we are bringing attention to the writer rather than what is actually being trying to be conveyed. So for an example, a lot of times we would say, I noticed an old man in a tattered coat leaning into the wind. This is unnecessary using the I noticed in the beginning, so one way we could improve this sentence would be take out the I noticed in the beginning and the phrase would just be an old man in a tattered coat leaned into the wind. The next one we're going to be going over is we don't use verbs that require helping verbs if a simpler form will do. Using form verbs such as were preparing, were cooking, would, take, these are unnecessary. We could shorten these phrases such as prepared, like the cooks were preparing dinner. We could shorten it to the cooks prepared dinner. So it's just shortening the sentences and adding a ed to the end of the action word a lot of the times. Next, we're going to be going over never start an independent clause with the word it or that. These are very dangerous words because they can be overused a lot of the times. When referring to sentences such as there was a cow crossing the road, if we can try to change that sentence in a way that we don't use that in the beginning, we could say a cow crossed the road. This would make the sentence much more simple and we would be getting rid of that. For it, let's say it was a cold night when the cows broke out. It is unnecessary. We can try to take that out because it will be overused in many of your sentences. One way we could change that sentence would be on a cold night, the cows broke out. We want to get straight to the point, nice, simple, and sweet. The next rule would be do not use more action words than are needed in a sentence. We want it to be, like I said, short and sweet. Jim began to cry. This is lengthened out to try to put more words into the sentence that are unnecessary. We know that he began already, so we could just change that phrase to Jim cried. Remove the action verb, action, and add an ed. Don't try to sound too smart. Use the short word. A lot of the times we try to use big words such as numerous, remainder, attempt. These are unnecessary to use and only lengthen your sentences and bore the reader. We can change that numerous to many, or remainder to rest, attempt to try. These are much more easier and they convey the message straight to the point. Be cautious of that. Once again, that is very important. He thought that he was late. A lot of the times we overuse that in a lot of sentences and it becomes repetitive and boring and unattractive. One way we could change that phrase would be he thought he was late. We got rid of that and it still kept the same meaning, correct? Use action voice rather than passive. We don't want it to be passive. We want everything to be short and sweet. Action verb words and phrases allow us to get straight to the point. Instead of saying the lawn was mowed by Jim, this makes it a passive sentence. We could just shorten that to Jim mowed the lawn. This illustrates the same topic, but also shortens the sentence and gets straight to the point. Do not add or use long phrases. We could always shorten sentences. We always want to, like I said earlier, make it short and sweet and get straight to the point. Due to the fact, in the event that these are phrases that are lengthened out and unnecessary, so we could change due to the fact to instead use because, or in the event that instead use if. These make it a lot shorter and easier to understand what is trying to be conveyed. The final rule we're going to be going over today is do not use qualifiers. A lot of the times we like to over exaggerate how things are being done. Let's say he was very tired. Very is unnecessary in that sense. We know he was tired, so we can just change it to he was tired. These are unimportant words, such as very, somewhat, rather, sort of. These are all terms that are unnecessary in business communication. This has been Cutting the Clutter assignment. I hope everybody has a better understanding of all of these rules and how they could be used in ways to shorten our sentences in business. Thank you very much.